This is a short video on the western burrowing owl. I shot this in Arizona. They're named because they live in burrows. Show us your burrow. There, thank you. They like having some elevation to check their surroundings. They're often on top of a little stick like that. With these particular owls, there's usually at least one hanging somewhere around the entry to the burrow. Oftentimes they are in groups for mutual support. They can see everywhere. Sometimes it's boring being an owl. Other times it's not so boring. They can hang on to these stalks in a pretty stiff wind. Show us your hole. Go down into your hole. Thank you. Sometimes they sit in the shade along the edge of the cotton when they're disturbed. Here's kind of an overview shot. You can see these owls live on the edge of agriculture. They're pretty used to the farm workers. Hang on, it's windy. Watch the owl down at the bottom of the frame. I thought there was something wrong with that owl's right wing, so I kept an eye on it. I moved and set the camera up again so I could keep an eye on her. And sure enough, as I kept watching her, I could tell it was injured. I say her because she seems to be bigger, darker, and they say the females stay darker because they spend more time down in the burrow with the eggs. The males kind of bleach out. So I think we have a juvenile there in the foreground, and the darker, bigger one is the female. The injury doesn't appear to bother her. She runs around, interacts with the other owls, doesn't appear to be in pain, but clearly she can't fly with that. This owl really had my interest, so I kind of followed it around. I would set up on it, shoot the other owls from that position, but then I'd go back and film this one again. She looks fine to me. She interacts with the other owls. She has plenty of lookouts. They keep an eye on her. Of course, she keeps an eye. You could see her looking up at the sky right then. She kept an eye on me, but wasn't too worried about it. She's shy, but not too shy. Very rarely did she run down into the burrow when I was there. She would hang around the burrow, and sometimes she'd even leave the burrow area. My presence didn't seem to chase her down the hole, but she would run away. This owl's sitting on an anthill. You can see the ants crawling around. I didn't eat any of them, though. They eat insects, small mammals. There's plenty around there for them to eat. My guess is she's hunting just fine on the ground. And I'll show you that later on. That makes me sure of that. Once again, she puts up with me. I'm shooting with a very long lens, so I'm pretty far away, even though it looks like I'm right on top of her. I'm not. Oh, I'm sorry. I made her shy again. That owl's really checking high 6 o'clock. Their head is constantly on a swivel. Their eyes don't move much in the socket, so they move their whole head. This is the reason I think she's eating. She's going to puke up a pellet here. She's shy. She doesn't want us to watch. There. Don't look at me. Blah. That tasted good. Watch the deep breath here. It's almost a sigh. These are small owls. Oh, look out. Oh. As I was saying, these are small owls, about 10 inches high. maybe a 2-foot wingspan, and they only weigh about 8.5 ounces. This mature bird, I think, is just a little bit bigger than that. I bet she does have a 2-foot wingspan. At any rate, there's a real good close look at burrowing owls. They're all over the United States. This is the one in Arizona, the western burrowing owl. And I'll go back and check on this owl and see how she's doing. My guess is she'll be just fine out there.